But then a second later, the orange goes away because the preset got applied, and now it's a black and white image. I'm going to set that back to none so we don't get black and white images. And let's look at some of the other options we can have. First off, to get out of this mode, in the upper right, there's just an X, and that X would close this. You don't have to have this panel visible. If you come in here and choose tethered capture, you'll see that right here. It says hide tethered capture window, or the type letter, or the keyboard shortcut of Command T, Control T in Windows, and then that little bar would go away, but you're still tethered. You can still shoot, and it's just not going to be in your way. You can hide that if you're going to be triggering the camera directly from the camera instead of that window. Bring it right back by choosing this. Even if that's not there, you can still trigger the camera. Just go up to the File menu, choose Tethered Capture, and it says Trigger Capture. That's the same as hitting the button, the big button on the right side of that bar to take a picture. And it has a keyboard shortcut of F12. So if you don't have F12 assigned to something else already in your operating system, I can just hit the F12 button on my keyboard each time to take a picture, which can be kind of nice. The problem is right now we're seeing these images so darn small, and that's because we're in the grid view. But these are just like any other pictures you've ever imported into Lightroom. That means you're not limited to viewing them in the grid. You can hit the space bar or click on that icon that's known as the loop to make it fill your screen. And you can also click again on it to zoom up to 100% view. Check your focus if you'd like. I'm not going to do that because I haven't been careful with my focus. I know it's probably pretty bad. So anyway, you can switch between all of those. The other thing that I think is really nice is I can switch between modules up here. So I can go to the Develop module. I can hide the left side with the little triangle on the left to make my picture bigger. Maybe I hide that window so it's not in the way. I can hide even more here at the top. I got a nice big image now, and then I can come in here and adjust it. I can use any adjustments I want. Maybe I use the white balance eyedropper and I click on the background. Or maybe I go over here and add some clarity. Maybe I bring out some shadow detail. That kind of thing. Does that make sense? And then if I take another picture, though, it's not going to automatically show it here unless I go to the File menu, and I believe it's in here. Right here is a choice called Auto Advanced Selection. Auto Advanced Selection. Do you remember on previous days when we were doing things like adding ratings and labels and other things, there was a setting I could turn on called Auto Advance. And what it did is when we were viewing an image, if I pressed a number on my keyboard to assign a star rating, or if I typed the letter P to flag it as a pick, it would automatically go to the next picture right after that. Remember that? Well, this Auto Advanced Selection should make it so that if I'm on, here's the last picture I took. I know they're exciting shots here, but if I take another shot, and I'm viewing it full screen like this, it might take a while for it to transfer, but it'll automatically make that the image you're viewing. So if you'd like to just see this and use this as a large after shot viewfinder kind of thing, instead of using the screen in the back of your camera, you might want to just hide both sides, both panels. And then, I don't know if you remember or not, but there was a lights out mode. Lights out mode would darken the rest of the interface, and you got to it by pressing the letter L. Pressing L would end up cycling through a couple different modes. I'll do that now. L darkens it a bit, hit L again, and it goes completely black. So if you had a client and you want the client to be reviewing the images as you shoot and commenting, you could put them in front of this. You don't even have to let them know it's Lightroom. And you can do that, then take another shot, and it'll take a little bit of time for it to transfer the image and generate a preview, but relatively short period of time, it should automatically show that next image. Okay? Hit the letter L again to get out of lights out mode, and there's a couple other things we could do. Remember, when you're under tethered capture,